Today's vlog is brought to you by Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals. People are always asking me constantly, why did so many historic houses burn down? And they ask it with this like real snotty tone in their voice. Like basically what they're asking is, why do so many people burn down their historic houses? And that is just, that's ridiculous. It's not the case. It is from that knob and tube wiring more than, I would say easily 9 times out of 10, it's old wiring. You get it just takes a tiny little spark, and then you've seen how much wood this house is made from, and houses like this.
So
look what Kevin has.
This is the size of what's left of your sill.
Yeah.
So it's basically, I think that's 3 by 2.5, something like that. Yeah.
Looks chunkier to me.
It's chunky, but
that's all that's
we gotta
left.
find a piece this size, which I think we've got some.
Either we have some or we'll mill some.
Or you could put 2 pieces together, I guess. But
I think we've got some thick enough that we can mill it.
I think we've got some
down. So that's all that was left of that sill. Paper. It's paper.
Yeah,
hey, we should make some paper out of it and write a missive. Say that again. Say what you just said.
You were closer than I was. It's not 3. That's 3 and it's like 3 7/8.
Yeah.
And 2 3/4.
What you need to understand is you're talking to the woman who's accustomed to looking at a piece of furniture at an estate sale and knowing if the dimension is correct to go in the spot I want it to go in. So I know how big things are.
All right. Well,
that's how girls perfect their eye.
I can usually look and say that's 3 inches, that's 4 inches.
You can, but you didn't do. You
And
lost
I did not
this game.
do well this
You've
time.
lost 2 games today.
What was the other game I lost?
Pine or Cypress.
Oh man, I did.
You lost Pine or Cypress, and how big is this stud? You know what it is, baby?
Oh,
I can tell how big my stud is.
That's a 3.
Yeah, you bet that big. My stud's 6'3". What'd you find?
All right, I found a piece I think is going to work. We've got some bad here and some bad here, but we only need 3 7/8 and then 2 3/4. So I think it's going to work. Probably going to take a section around there. I've got to run through the table saw and make sure all our sides are clean enough, I guess.
Clean enough.
Yeah, so you can see that it had a lav and plaster on it. That's what all these little screws are. They're just barely in there. They were just in there to hold the lav.
Little nails.
And then these are your structural that are in there a little more solid. Little harder to get out. And that's actually a newer nail.
That's a new nail. I don't know what that's in there for.
Yeah, I don't either. So here's your old nail here. So maybe they just re-secured it.
All right.
But all your lab nails are pretty old too. I mean, they're all square cut nails. So we'll have to run this through the table saw a couple times and see if we can get it. But I think it's going to be a good piece for us. Yeah. This is for the sill.
Cut it 4 times, it's still too long.
Measure once, cut 4 times.
Yeah. It's tight though.
Well, it doesn't help that every one of those cripple jacks,
In the middle.
those cripple studs are different
Yeah,
lengths.
they're all over the place. Barely we get it though.
I was gonna say the wall's not rocking this time, so I think you're good. Look at that. Like butter. Or at least margarine. Gorgeous.
What's that?
Please knock these back to me.
There it is.
Yeah, just land that side and back on.
All right.
So this piece of lumber probably came out of the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Been laying in this pile. You see the little pile of lumber over there burned. And it was burned pretty bad, but had still enough meat that it made a perfect seal here. So we were able to get 53 inches out of it. One thing I did want to point out just real quick for those of you who don't know, most of you probably do, you saw me banging on this sill with a hammer. Well, this is not exposed wood and it's not going to be seen. But if you saw maybe Eddie hitting on the siding with a 2x4 to protect it. So finished wood, do not hit with a hammer. Unfinished wood, interior wood, it's okay.
You can give it a little bumps and bruises.
Yeah, beat it up a little bit, it's okay. Not
But
the
look,
best, but
look
still
at that
fun.
pretty. Look at that pretty fit.
It's a pretty grain, isn't it?
Yeah,
Good fit.
nice and level. Good for another 200 years. What you think?
I think so. Hope so.
Why did you come out here? Because I've noticed something hilarious, and I have to kind of whisper it.
It's here.
And this is not a criticism of anybody, but I've noticed that if Eddie is here and you start to go to do carpentry, Eddie's going to come over and do the carpentry. Like if you go toward oh no, it's raining. If you go toward any of the power tools,
Yeah.
like the saw,
Yeah.
Eddie going to wander over and take the wood out of your hand
Well, I'll
and saw
tell
the
you
saw.
what happened too. So he was using my table saw doing the fence.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we lost the limb. So my table saw is now flattened and
Yeah.
broken. So I had to borrow somebody else's table saw. So it's like, my saw, I'm going to run it,
Yeah,
how
but
that
I just
is.
think it's funny because I've noticed this every time. It's like anytime we go to start
Well,
doing carpentry, he's like,
Look,
move.
And look, I mean, that wasn't, that hard of a thing to do, but he's done it 1,000 times more than I have, 1,000,000 times more than I have. So he knows what he's doing way more than
Oh,
I do.
I didn't say it was a
mean,
critique. I just think it's funny.
No, I do
it's like
too.
working with your dad.
I do too.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it's like, give it to me.
You don't know what the world you're doing. Move. Yeah. No, but Eddie's great.
It's fantastic, but I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Kevin does know how to run a table saw and a nail gun, just so everybody knows.
That probably was my nail gun.
It was your nail gun.
Are you headed to Natchez for one of our many year-round festivals? Balloon races, music events, Christmas tree lighting, parades, historic home tours, historic cemetery tours. Natchez, Mississippi has so much to offer year-round, but we know when you get here, you're going to be looking for an absolute charming place to stay. And that's where we think at Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals, we have just the place for you. Anything from a beautiful, charming southern front porch overlooking the majestic Mississippi River, perfect for sunsets, sunrises, to an intimate, cozy cottage with a private hot tub, pet-friendly places, family-friendly places, and girlfriend, get-out-of-town, getaway places. We have it all at Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals. So we invite you to go to our site, absolutecharm.com/Natchez, and we look forward to seeing you in Natchez, Mississippi real soon.
Okay, tell us about Balfour.
So a lot of people have asked about Balfour because they knew that my friend Wayne was going to adopt Balfour, and this is the original Balfour. But when Wayne came to pick up Balfour, she hid. And so Wayne took another one, which he named Balfour. But we've been calling this one Balfour for months. And so there's Balfour 1 and Balfour 2. There's like Natchez Balfour and Louisiana Balfour. So that's just what her name is on her vet papers.
She just keeps running away and doesn't want to be taken.
She doesn't want to be taken. She wants to live here. I guess because she's named Balfour, and she knows Balfour
Yeah.
belongs at Hope Farm.
I guess so. There you go.
So yes, Wayne has a Balfour, and we have a Balfour. Yes.
Stanley, are you the most patient dog? Meow.
All right, let's take a quick look at the flooring in the main house so that you can see what's next. So Big Eddie's going to be working on a lot of the flooring, replacing it. We've got to source some cypress, but we've got different levels of issues with the flooring that we're going to have to deal with. Let me walk you through that real quick. Now this is in the bedroom, and you can see we've got a vent here that's going to have to go. This area was a bathroom that they'd actually taken out the flooring and put in tile. So that will all have to be new. Now there are other areas like here. This is where the fire actually started. And we do have some areas like this that are burned beyond saving. There are some boards that can probably be sanded down and saved. And so we're going to do our best to keep as many as we can. There are others that have some holes like here. We've got some more damage here. This is all got to go. And there's some more over here. So you can see we've got some that have light char that we will be able to sand,
take off about 1/8 of an inch on that and then stain, and they're gonna look fantastic. You've seen us take other boards and cut them, and they look great just below the char. So we're gonna have the same situation here. The kitchen, which is just here, has some burn damage, but we'll be able to sand all of that and save all of the floor in here. And then when you go into the dining room, it's really in good shape. I mean, other than being in weather for a year, it's gonna sand and stain fine. It's in really great shape. But like you can see with this one, these are all consistently 4-inch boards, or maybe 3.5. Whereas, same thing here, but these are the latest additions. That's why we have a consistent size here. Go back here, this is an older add-on date, and you can see you've got 3-inch, 4-inch, and 5-inch boards just right there. So we're gonna be getting in, taking out pieces. We're going to stair step these so that they look right, sand them, stain them, and I think we'll be in good shape. So as you can see from the flooring, we're gonna have all different kinds, from completely missing boards to holes, to heavy char, to light char, and then some that are in great shape. We're gonna be able to just sand those down. It'll take us a while to get this done, and we'll have to source the materials, but I'm very optimistic about the floors. These are gonna come out looking really good. You guys are gonna be surprised when you see them finished. So this is one of the things that Eddie got done real quick. This is a custom cut trim piece that goes under the floorboard here. And you know, it's a small thing. Took us a while to cut that piece and create that piece. Didn't take him that long to put it in, but that's the kind of detail that these old houses have that you need to put back. Because if we just put quarter round there, which would finish off that space, it would look like it was quarter round from a big box store. So this is just one of the things you've got to do if you want to make it look the way it looked.